And it's amazing that 2 centuries later, there are still gems in those hills.
And you've got a chance at finding them. Just ask Mallory Brooke, who recently went to Norway to try her hand in this week's Outside Edge.
Who doesn't like a good treasure hunt? Well, that's what many are doing in the western foothills of Maine after rockhounding has seen a large renewed interest over the past couple of years. We continue to do a little gem hunting here in Norway.
You know, we all have hunter-gatherer instincts, and to me anyway, treasure hunting is the best of both worlds.
In the mid-1800s, it was realized that gemstones and associated minerals were commercially valuable, specifically feldspar and mica. The resultant mine dumps contained gemstones left unnoticed by miners, and discoveries of those pockets led to a mining renaissance, especially after the tourmaline discovery in Newry in the 70s.
Layers of smoky quartz.
Dennis Creaser, self-proclaimed treasure hunter, started his rockhound journey during a crossroads in life.
I was in the Maine Mall one day, and I walked by a jewelry store, and there was a little piece of Maine aquamarine that was set in a piece of jewelry in the window. And I think the price was like $800 or something. And I'm looking at this thing and just thinking, somebody found this in Maine somewhere.
1993 marked his biggest discovery of national proportions, the second largest deposit of amethyst in the U.S. found in Stowe, Maine.
And we were just out there having a good time, and we happened to drill in the right place, and we found this pocket, and it was just beyond description. There was probably at one time, millions of years ago, a little tiny piece of radioactive zircon. It turned that little spot black.
Now, the easiest way to get started is with a visit to Dig Maine Gems.
Those guys move material in from mines, so you don't even have to go to the mines, and then charge you a nominal fee to look through a 5-gallon bucket for gemstones. We have cut a lot of gemstones for people out of our store who have found gems at this location.
One step further is to move on to public quarries that are still active in collecting. You can make a homemade screen with 1/4-inch hardware cloth set into a wood frame. You simply scoop the material in, shake out the excess dirt, and wash it off in the water.
Mount Appetite in Auburn, for example, is probably the best one for this sort of thing. It's a city park, and so there's walking paths and bike paths and going all through these quarries. And the dumps are very extensive, and there are people who find very nice things in those dumps.
We joined the Intergalactic Mining Group in a quarry now owned by Dennis to see what I could find.
You have to have your mind open to possibilities. You have to be curious about things. You have to not be afraid to not find something. There's a lot more of that than there is finding something. And so you have to be patient, you have to be diligent. Most of all, you have to keep it fun.
A little bit of buried treasure, essentially in my own backyard. For the Outside Edge, I'm meteorologist Mallory Brooke, News Center, Maine.
Dennis Creaser says most of the significant gemstone discoveries in Maine were actually made by accident when people were out simply enjoying being outside. Join Mallory in 2 weeks when she heads to the ocean's edge to hang 10.